Check out the size of the bloody spinifex out here, would ya? Look at it. We grow wheat out here, not beef. So I'm just out on the boundary, western boundary at the moment. I've been coming out here. Usually I come out here on every third day, but I've actually started coming out here every day because the camels have just been relentless, and it's kind of, you know, they're all it's breeding season and whatnot, and they're just relentless. So I've been taking a few out, took a few big camels out, big bulls lately, but just coming here every day, doing repairs on this fence, and just trying to take out as many as I can. And because quite often you come out and you don't see any, and it's just, you're forever, you know, chasing your tail. But coming out here daily, I'm seeing more and more. Obviously coming here every day gives me more chance to see them and take them out. So yeah, it's just one of those things, but it's easy to get sick of, just repairing the same stretches of fence, you know, every single bloody day. But it's just part and parcel, I suppose. And so many camels running around out here, all through Central Australia, WA. I've seen, like, in WA, there's places that just get hundreds, and a lot of places have it worse than we do here. I've fair income, the biggest mob of camels I've seen here is probably 200 in a mob. I've seen that once, I've never seen it again. That's going back maybe 8 years roughly, 7 or 8 years, and never seen anything like it. It's not unusual to see maybe 10, 20, but there's a couple of hundred I saw. It was just absolutely wild, eh? So we're just coming up on some camels right now. Well, that was good. I'm just sneaking up on them quietly. A lot of the times they'll just run the fence or run straight through the fence when you come up on them. But these guys seem to be chilling a bit, which is good. And then I had a bloody round jam up on me, but it's alright, we got it sorted luckily. Oh, looks like we got another one on the other side of the fence here. Well, that's good, managed to get 2. Looks like big bull, maybe a little female, but there's one more. Ran off into the scrub, want to try and get it, eh? Just go for a bit of a walk here and make sure this big fella's dead. I think he's buggered. Rightio, we'll go and check this other one I got, because if it's a female I might be able to get some meat off her. We'll see. Nah, this one's a big fella too, unfortunately. That would have been bloody good, get some meat off her. So for those of you who don't know what's going on here, or maybe you haven't watched this channel before or whatever, pretty much say this every time, but I'll say it again. This bloody, you know, these camels aren't native to Australia, and so they're a feral species, don't have any natural predators, so they need to be controlled, they need to be managed. They cause havoc, wreak havoc out here on the station, with, you know, destroying fences. You know, as you can see, I'm always out here repairing this fence, and they put, you know, excess pressure on watering points. They can damage watering points. It's a whole thing, and it's a part of land management. It's your duty. Like, you really have to do it. You really have to control the numbers. So apart from them damaging stuff on the property. Because they're an introduced feral species, they don't have natural predators or anything like that, so they just breed out of control. Estimates out there say that at one point there was up to 1 million running around through Central Australia and WA and whatnot. Could have been more, I'm not really sure. There's a bit of debate with that. The government, I think, funded a cull worth 19 or 20 million maybe 10 years ago. They got rid of a mob of camels. And then, yeah, obviously it's up to the individuals on stations, on properties and that sort of thing to manage their own land and, you know, manage the numbers and cull the camels when they can. And so you can look at it. It's understandable why some people get upset. It's just an animal running around trying to exist, and I'm with you, like I get it, but it's just what it is, you know. It's just as simple as that. It's really just what it is, and I guess it's an unfortunate thing, but yeah, it's just the way it rolls, you know. And what you don't see is if you let them breed out of control, and you know, summer's brutal, 45 degrees sometimes, and when you start running out of water and that sort of stuff, you end up with hundreds of thousands of camels running around in drought, no water, perishing to death, hell of a bloody mess. So there's a lot of variables when you're talking about feral animal management, and but it's an important integral piece of animal management and land management, but it's also very important to talk about it. And I believe there, you know, should be more awareness, and people that aren't really used to this or don't know about it, or maybe they're from the East Coast or whatever it may be, it's understandable, but it's, you know, it's just good to educate people on matters like this at the end of the day, and it just is what it is. So we'll we'll keep driving this fence. Remember, I was just here yesterday. This is why I'm coming here daily, because if I didn't, who knows what other camels are out here. It's just what you happen to see on this fence, you know. They could be 100 meters in the scrub, you're not going to see them. So especially where it's pretty thick scrub out here. We've had a lot of good seasons, big desert oaks, mob of spinifex, all that sort of shit. Just these camels this morning might have come through this fence. There might be fresh damage. So when I jumped out of the car, I showed that there was a camel on this side of the fence. I shot him. So they get bloody, you know, they end up crossing over. Some stay on that side, some this side. They want to, yeah, they end up crossing back and forth and just smashing the shit out of the fence. So I've been out here before and seen driving this fence, and then I'll see like some camels maybe 100 or 200 meters up the fence, and they'll just run the fence the whole length of it. I've seen them run through the fence and then zigzag back through and then back again, just taking it out the whole way. They're pretty bloody silly sometimes, eh? And this is why it's worth coming out here time and time again. You just got to stay onto it. So look at this big bull here. That's his little harem of girlies. So I want to try and take him out if we can. Well, I took him out. I didn't film it, I just wanted to quickly get to him before he took off. But yeah, rookie error. I'm bloody running low on ammunition. I've only got a few rounds left, and I'm not really heading back to town for probably another week. So that's not good, but can only do what I can do. Try and take a few of these ones out. Let's go for a bit of a walk in here, see if we can find it. Pretty sure it's a female. Might be able to get a cheeky backstrap. I might be able to have some fresh camel steaks for dinner. Wouldn't that be bloody nice? Well, here it is. Should be a little female, hopefully. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Little female. I'm gonna get myself a backstrap. Thanks, darling. Plenty of blood coming out there. But we'll give her a little cut here, try and drain the blood out. That's exactly what we want to see. And then we'll start chopping in and get this backstrap. Anyway, let's get in here. Chop this bloody hump off. I'm never bloody organised, eh? I got no tripod. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Bloody dickhead. Bloody knives could definitely do with a bit of a sharpen. That's for sure. So let's get this bloody hump out the road. Bit rough here, I'm trying to be quick. We're only getting this top back strap. Just trying to cut across the top of the spine there onto the top of the ribs, sort of thing. Next time I'll bring a tripod. I don't really have any chest cams, GoPros or anything like that. Sort of cutting along the top here. Got the rib bones there. And then this little nice chunk of meat just pulled straight out of there. Get a mob of steaks out of that. Should be bloody good. We just about tear that out of there, look. Bloody beautiful. One dodgy backstrap. Anyway, that's bloody good. We're gonna get a mob of meat, mob of good tucker out of that. It's beautiful. Well, anyway, we'll make our way back to the bloody motor car. And then, it's only a bit of a small one, but better than nothing. I'm really happy about that. I haven't been able to get any fresh camel for quite a while, actually. So sometimes it's just hard. I mean, I'm sort of always seeing camels, but I've been seeing a lot of bulls lately, and sometimes when I shoot them, I'm just not really equipped, or I'm in a rush because I've got other shit to do or whatever. But yeah, today's been perfect, and it's just good to be able to get some meat. And then bloody, so I'm gonna, yeah, cook a couple of these steaks up tonight. Awesome. So chuck her straight in the angle. Good to go. Well, it's always a good day when you can get yourself a feed, eh? So yeah, as I said earlier, we have quite often have camels out here running around destroying shit. Sometimes throughout the year you won't see any. It's just breeding season, they really ramp up. The bulls are running around horny as looking for Sheilas. And yeah, they love running through fences. They don't respect them, they don't know what they are, you know what I mean? So now I always used to get camel meat for the dogs. But then I learnt that there's a bloody little plant that the camels eat. Birdsville indigo, I think that's the name. And it's toxic. The camels can eat it, no worries. Cattle, whatever. Camels eat it, and then dogs eat camel meat, and it's toxic to the dogs. As far as I know, it's not toxic to humans. I haven't carked it yet. But yeah, it's bloody toxic to dogs. So I did know about it, but I didn't really think we had much out here. And then I got talking to someone else and on Instagram. She actually said, oh, because I was talking about getting camel meat for the dogs, and she said, oh, just watch out, birds of indigo, blah blah. And I said, yeah, I don't think we have any of that out here. And then she's like, oh, I'm pretty sure there is. And then I checked again, and then yeah, I've been looking for it and haven't really come across it, I don't think. But yeah, anyway, so ever since then I don't feed him camel because I'm just worried it'll kill him. It'll definitely kill him. But I used to feed them camel all the time from out here, and they never carked it. So I mean, I've had dogs die out here and dogs I've had to shoot, but it's got nothing to do with camel meat. That's all snake bites and dingo poison and whatever. But put the wind up me a bit, and I'm not going to risk feeding them camel, you know, if you run the risk of killing them. But it's just a shame. Shut up, fucking seatbelt. It's just a shame, because obviously there's the biggest mob of bloody meat running around everywhere, and it'd be good to be able to feed the dogs. Like, it's just, you got to shoot the camels anyway. You may as well use the meat, and yeah, it could have been filling up chest freezers for the dogs, but just can't run that risk, unfortunately. Of course, I literally just got home and now it wants to do a bloody DPF burn. It's getting shut off. Oh, two troublemakers, eh? Two trouble. What, you got, sore foot, mate? All right, settle down. Right. I need to invest in a bigger bloody chopping board. Is cut this into steaks. Pretty straightforward, really. Should get some bloody nice steaks out of this. Some real nice steaks. That knife could do with a bloody sharpen too. There we go, look at that. I know the bloody dogs would absolutely love some of this meat, but we can't risk it. Poor little bastards. Now, as you guys would have seen, I bled the animal, bled it well, cut its throat, got the meat out, got the backstrap out as pretty much as quick as I could and as rough as I could. And then it went straight into the fridge. A good thing to do, like what we've always done and what I saw growing up with my old man, and that when we'd go out and get a killer, go out and shoot a beast, like a heifer or a steer or whatever, bullock, and we'd usually overland it, we wouldn't quarter it. So basically that means instead of grabbing like the limbs off the animal, like the whole bits, and bringing them back and then processing them at the homestead, we'd usually overland the animal, so get pretty much each individual cut off the animal on the ground. So, you know, the rump, the ribs, the backstraps, and do it like that sort of thing. And usually it'd be straight in the back of a Toyota on a tarp with another tarp on top, or bushes, whatever. And then you'd drive home, and then usually we'd hang every cut, hang it up overnight. And sort of depends how hot it is, if it's summer and all that sort of stuff, but when it's cooler, we generally hang every cut overnight, and then sort of get up early the next morning, bring it all inside and process it. So cut individual steaks up, grind up mince. We never really made sausages or anything, we just didn't have the capabilities for it, just never did it. And yeah, so, and then usually the night of getting the killer, we'd call it killer night, and that was everyone's favourite night, because you would, maybe that night you'd eat like rib bones, or the kaya bone that comes off the spine, or the offal, so the milk, gut, liver, kidneys, that sort of stuff. But usually the best way to do it is to let it hang and age and that sort of stuff and bleed out, because like for example with this meat here, if I could cook one of these right now for lunch, or tonight I'm going to cook one or two up, it's always better to let it sit like this. This meat won't be at its best when I cook it tonight, or if I cooked it for lunch right now. So normally you want it to age a bit, you want to hang it and that sort of stuff. But this is just me. Everyone's got their different ways and whatnot, but that's just the way we have always done it. And I usually get camels on this place. We don't really get too many killers. Every now and then, or maybe one day I will if I can. But a lot of the time, yeah, I just go out and get camels. So I'm never really getting a full animal, but soon I'd like to try have a bit of a setup here and make it so that I can go out and get more meat. It's just kind of hard because I don't really go out to look for them. I'm always out working or doing a job, and if I come across them like I did today, I mean, it's a part of the job to cull them, but I'm not always equipped to get like a whole animal. I can't just cut up a whole camel, but I'd like to in future maybe try and have a way of getting more meat, processing more meat, and then I've got more meat for longer. But yeah, generally speaking, I'd be much better off processing this probably a different way, maybe hanging it, that sort of stuff. But it's alright, we've got it cut up now. I'll bag it up. I might stick a couple of bits in the fridge for tonight or whatever, and then the rest are just going to go straight in the freezer. I don't know, maybe three in a bag, I reckon. Well, look at that. So we've got 17 steaks. Admittedly, some of them are pretty small, but 17 steaks nonetheless. Bloody, how good is that? Got to be happy with that, eh? Excellent. Rightio, so I'm just going to chuck some bloody garlic salt on. Oh, that's a bit much probably. And pepper. That's really all we need. Chuck a little bit of, tiny bit of olive oil on and should be laughing, eh? Chuck a little bit more oil on there because it's a bit sticky, eh, obviously. Now it should cook very bloody quickly. Usually I try and cook camel pretty quick and pretty hot because it can be a bit chewy, and this is, as you guys know, killed today, so it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a bit that way as it is. Look at that. Look how good they're looking. Oh, I reckon we can pull these grilled ones off, flame grilled. Oh. Ooh, that's good. Man, that's just falling apart. Proper tender. It's falling apart. Didn't really expect it to be like that, eh? Oh, that's so good. That's genuinely so good. Wow. Just melting in my mouth, eh? I wonder if these are going to be tender. See? Any bloody meat you get yourself, how much better is it than like store-bought wrapped in plastic? No comparison, eh? Really? No comparison. I'm getting too excited. Better get this bloody hot plate off, eh? See what the bloody hot plate side's like. I've got to say, I'm surprised. Damn near every time I cook camel, especially if it's the same day, it's can be pretty tough. So yeah, I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm surprised, both sides. But obviously, bleeding it is ultra important. That's got to be done. And if you don't, it's going to be shit house. So it was bled. It bled well, as you've seen from the footage. Drain the blood out. That's exactly what we want to see. And we didn't really muck around with the meat. And the other thing too is a young female. So tender meat, I suppose. But that's just worked out. Fair income, bloody brilliant, eh? Just tender. Crispy from the bloody hot plate. Our flame grilled side though was better. And yeah, just a bit of garlic, salt, pepper. Oh man, that's so good. Shame the dogs can't have any. Although not really, because it's more for me. Now, I was going to wait for tonight, but I just couldn't. I wanted to cook some and try it, eh? So glad I did. That is bloody brilliant. Proper.